Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. You know, finding treasure is always something quite exciting, especially if you're the one that finds the treasure. But it's fun to also read and learn about others who find a lot of very cool pieces. We kind of live through their discoveries here. And this is the case with this article from dailymail.com about a metal detecting couple that found one of Britain's biggest ever treasure hoards. And this comes to us from Something Golden, so let's take a look and see exactly what this is all about. So yes, a metal detecting couple was diligent and they found one of Britain's biggest ever treasure hoards as they discover almost 2,600 ancient coins worth around £5 million in an unplowed field. Now, if we do the conversion here, we can see that the British pound sterling is worth about $6.1 million. So that's quite a hefty figure for sure. Let's see. So Adam Staples and Lisa Grace unearthed a once-in-a-lifetime find of 2,600 coins. Let's go right into the article itself. A metal detecting couple, they found one of the biggest treasure hoards in British history, which is believed to be worth around £5 million or $6.1 million. Adam Staples and partner Lisa Grace unearthed the once-in-a-lifetime find of almost 2,600 ancient coins that date back 1,000 years. Can you imagine stumbling upon such a hoard of coins? You know, and the thing about in the United Kingdom is you're much more apt to find history like that in the ground. Just that alone, take away the dollar worth, just the fact to find something that is that old in the ground that somebody could have touched, that who knows, very well could have been an old ancestor or a king or royalty or a knight. You never can know. Although the find is smaller than the famous Staffordshire hoard, the biggest collection of buried coins and artifacts discovered in Britain, it is thought to be at least £1 million more valuable, or $1.2 million more valuable. So here you see the picture of Adam Staples and Lisa Grace. And here's the coins themselves. Look at that. Amazing. What an amazing hoard of coins. The 2,571 silver coins are made up of King Harold II pennies from the end of the Anglo-Saxon England and William the Conqueror coins after the 1066 Norman conquest. Many of the coins are in mint condition and could be valued anywhere between £1,000 and £5,000 each. Experts say the coins would have been a substantial amount of money at the time and belonged to an important wealthy person who probably buried them for safekeeping. You know, there is a sort of a theme here because we've covered other treasure stories that have been found where the coins have been buried. So here we see the couple pictured here notified both the county's local officials, liaison officer, as they were obliged by law, and have given to the coins to the British Museum in London to evaluate. Now, this is where we'll stop here because, you know, it's something that many people in the comment section of these videos say, well, there's your problem. You're reporting them to the authorities. Well, it's by law. I guess they're just following the law. More likely they won't get the millions of dollars or millions of pounds of value out of it. But I think they will be awarded something. Let's read on here. Mr. Staples and Miss Grace, both 42, made the astonishing find with their metal detectors while searching an unplowed field on a farm in the northeast Somerset area in January. As King Harold's reign only lasted 9 months before he was famously struck in the eye by an arrow at the Battle of Hastings in 1066, coins from that period are incredibly rare. The hoard is also thought to contain coins struck by previously unknown moneyers. The couple notified both the county's local finds liaison officer, as they were obliged to by law, and have given the coins to the British Museum in London to evaluate. Experts there have spent the last 7 months assessing and cataloging them, and will later this week unveil them to the public for the first time. If the hoard is declared treasure, it will be up to the museum to compensate Mr. Staples and Miss Grace with the monetary value of the coins, making them overnight millionaires. So there you go. The landowner will also be entitled to 50% of the proceeds. The hoard is not deemed important enough for a museum. They will be returned to the finders, who will be able to sell the coins. So there you go. Mr. Staples and Miss Grace from Derby have remained tight-lipped over the find of a lifetime, but in an interview with Treasure Hunter magazine, they described the hoard as amazing and absolutely mind-blowing. The metal-detecting grapevine has also been rife with news of the find, with scores of people posting messages of congratulations to the couple. Here we see a video from Anglo-Saxon artifacts found back in May of 2015. So, what about this large find here, the Staffordshire hoard? Treasure Hunter made the find in 2009. It was the most valuable hoard of Saxon gold in history, estimated to be worth $5 million, and includes 500 pieces such as gold sword hilts, jewels from Sri Lanka, and early Christian crosses. The 1,300-year-old treasure was discovered by unemployed Terry Herbert in July in a field owned by a friend in Staffordshire. There you go. Within days, a 55-year-old former coffin factory worker from Walsall had filled 244 bags with gold objects weighing in at more than 11 pounds. Can you imagine that? Mr. Herbert, who bought an old metal detector for £2 pounds and 50 sterling 18 years ago, so he was overwhelmed by the find, regarded as one of the most important in decades. Look at these finds. Fascinating indeed. Back to this find, Nigel Mills, a coin expert and consultant for London auctioneers Dix, Noonan Webb, said, "I am told that the coins are absolutely stunning. Each coin will have the moneyer's name on it and the mint where it was issued. In the case of the Harold II coins, some will be from the moneyers that we have not seen before. Harold II coins are even rarer than William coins and could be worth somewhere between 2,000 to 4,000 pounds each. The William I coins will be between 1,000 and 1,500 each. The hoard could be worth between 3 million pounds and 5 million pounds, or $6.1 million. Museums have been buying up all of the hoards found, but in this case, the hoard may be too great for them. It may be that the appeal for sponsors has launched to try to acquire them." He added they would have been buried within 2 or 3 years after the 1066 and probably before 1072. The Romans buried their coins for the gods, but in this case they were probably hidden, and the owner died before they could go back for them. It would have been a substantial amount of money back then. Not a king, but somebody high up, an important somebody of substance. They didn't have banks back then, so where they could be going to store their money safely. Spokesman for the metal detective group said, "When you find something like that, you keep where you find it very quiet. Very quiet indeed. If it is a treasure, it will be put out to tender to museums to acquire. A museum and treasure evaluation committee will give the hoard a value. But you're talking about a minimum of 500 pounds per coin, and with 2,500 coins, that is a lot. But some will be rarer and more valuable than others." A spokesman for the British Museum said, "We can confirm that a large hoard of late Anglo-Saxon and Norman coins was discovered in January and has been handed into the British Museum as possible treasure under the terms of the Treasure Act of 1996. It appears to be an important discovery." So this is quite a fascinating and very an important discovery here. A lot of history in these coins here, and not to be unveiled, but here we see this one picture of this. I think this is quite something else, quite a find indeed. And let's see here. Let's take a look at this picture again here. There it is. Wow, fascinating. There's the couple. And there's the cover from the Treasure Hunting magazine there. Mind-blowing indeed. Other artifacts from the previous find. But Wow. So there you have it. So post your thoughts below. Thanks again to Something Golden for sending this story along to me. These treasure finds are quite a lovely and fascinating thing. We live vicariously through these finds and its history being unearthed. And now we can see them. If you're near the British Museum, might be something to check out. If you've ever been there, let us know in the comment section below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude, y'all, for watching, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.